Did we put a new memory card in there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I just knocked out the vinyl! Fuck!
Careful. What if it shattered?
It didn't. Okay, we're good. No, we're good. Just leave it. Just leave it. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright.
I'm editing this out.
No, please keep it.
Okay.
Sup?
Hello, we're back.
Look who's back. And fucking ready to rumble. That was terrible, but it was Maggie! She's back. And Guinness is back too. She's probably gonna come join us.
Don't knock that tripod over.
She actually looks like she's going to.
I know.
Anyway, we're back, and we're gonna do another. You can do it this time.
No, you do it. It's your thing.
Vinyl Monday.
That's your thing. I'm the silent partner.
The silent partner. Until we start talking about music. Sweet. So we're back, and we are ready to show you guys another awesome vinyl that we have chosen. So let's get right to it. This one I got recently for Christmas.
Yeah, it was a present for my sister.
Yeah, I was about to say, so people probably already know what it is if you were there. And yeah, so let's show what it is.
Let's rock and roll with some good old 90s punk rock. This is the record we're talking about today.
Boom!
This is cool. It's a picture disc.
It is a picture disc.
So this is like the actual disc. It's in this plastic thingy.
Yeah.
Maybe someday I'll buy a better case for it.
Dun, dun, dun. If you guys can see that, I know last time it didn't really show well, but
yeah, this is a picture disc. It's super tight. So it has the album artwork on the front, and it has like the sleeve that comes in the regular vinyl on the back, and it has like cartoonish little Green Day that they have on the cover.
yeah, if you guys haven't checked out this album, the album's Dookie, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Definitely Google.
Who doesn't know that this is Dookie?
Oh.
This is an iconic cover.
A lot of people. I mean, it says Dookie on here, but maybe people. I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is kind of an iconic cover.
But yeah, so if you haven't looked at the cover or ever seen it, because I don't know if that focused or not, because we're recording through a different camera now, so it's hard to tell.
Here's what it looks like outside of the case.
Yeah.
It's clear.
But go ahead and look up Dookie while you're looking at this or listening to this video, and there's a lot going on the front.
Yeah.
A lot. Like there's a cat with a little heart face.
Yeah.
There's these dogs dropping shit on people. This dog dropping mounds.
This caveman beating the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Dude, the jack-o'-lantern
guy.
pitchfork. Oh my god. There's so much.
This puppy driving the jet.
Yo,
bombs.
what is this? What does it say on this? Bye. Yeah. So let's get right into it. I fucking really like this record.
Yeah.
It's definitely a staple for punk rock.
Punk rock, pop punk.
Pop punk, even though Green Day states that they're not a pop punk band.
Okay.
At all.
I wouldn't say Dookie is pop punk, but I won't say Green Day entirely is not pop punk.
Yeah, some of the stuff.
I'd say Dookie is definitely more punk, but I'd say like a little later on, like 21st Century Breakdown is hella pop punk.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think there's some later on for sure but honestly,
this has a lot more roots in sort of 80s punk. A lot of people compare it to Buzzcocks, which Mike Dirnt and Billy Joe Armstrong both stated they had never heard of the Buzzcocks until like after this had come out. But a lot of people compared it to that. Even still, they even said bands like The Clash were less on their minds when they were writing it. Some of Billy Joe Armstrong's biggest influences, we were just talking about this, were Lennon and McCartney.
Yep.
I think he stated Husker Du as a really big influence of him. Less of
sure
the
this
punky
is
thing.
the album where Trey Cool joined, right?
Yes.
It was after Kerplunk.
Yes.
So this is the famed trio Mike Dirnt, Trey Cool, and Billy Joel.
Yep.
So yeah. We just learned a fun fact about Mike Dirnt.
I didn't know. You read it online just now.
Yeah, I was reading it online, and apparently, I think it was after this album came out, but they were playing a show, and security thought that he was a crazed fan.
I wonder why.
He attacked him and beat him up and knocked his teeth out.
I wonder what he was doing that like made the security think he was crazed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, then you were talking about Maybe that's what Pulling Teeth is about, but...
I mean, if it came out before this. It's also about pulling teeth, not punching teeth.
It's one of my favorite songs on the record. It's about how you're kind of stuck in an abusive relationship.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Rude. Is this a cry for help?
It's a perfect opportunity! But no, it's about, obviously, being stuck in a relationship with somebody that is very abusive, and you're like, oh, I need to tell her I love her, because if not, I'm gonna get whooped on, and just explaining how she beats him up, and just, it's sad.
I think the general theme of this record is sort of being stuck. I mean, like, Burn Out, Having a Blast, Sassafras Roots, Welcome to Paradise, Longview.
It's about, like, intense boredom. I'm pretty sure they wrote it in Longview, Washington.
Maybe they did.
Which...
Apparently Mike Durant wrote the bass line for that while he was tripping on LSD.
I mean, his bass line...
It's really good. It's like
bass...
Longview is, like, iconic. Like, I'm pretty sure... like 99.9% people have heard it, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Longview and like that. It's like the literally everybody's heard it. It's iconic. It's great. The bass on this record and in Green Day in general, but particularly this record is hella strong. Mike Durant is an excellent bassist. He really shines through. The rhythm section in Green Day in general is great. Like their drums are completely bombastic in general, but we are talking about this record in specific, but the rhythm section in Green Day just completely fucking holds it down. Like those drums are so loud. There's plenty of tom fills for days, lots of little hi-hat crashes going on. The bass has its freaking life of its own, like almost completely separate.
But, I mean, there's a lot
of songs with bass almost lead over the guitar.
Well, like in Chump, at the end of Chump, there's that whole instrumental.
Trump?
No, Chump. I mean, I guess
you can't talk about Chump while we're talking about Green Day.
There's an instrumental whole section that leads out. It's kind of the outro to it, and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good.
I mean, even the bass in When I Come Around, which is one of my favorite Green Day songs, it's so good. Like that. And I know like the guitar does that too, but it's just the bass is really loud in the mix.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate because I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate bass. So if you are one of those people who's like, what is a bassist good for anyways? Listen to a band like Green Day, maybe you'll understand.
Because
listen to a record like Dookie and you'll understand the importance of bass.
When we write bass parts or when we have people play bass parts, for us, in particular, we don't like the whole just copying the note, you know? Basically. Yeah, just following that melody, just boom, 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 boom. Like it's boring as fuck. And bands like Green Day are one that it really shines through, and the bass has its own part while like complementing the rest, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, don't go crazy any instrument, really, just going nuts. But complimenting, and yeah, he's a really good bassist. And he started just a few years ago. He started taking bass lessons. I
read an article, I think about a year and a half ago, when Green Day were on the cover of Rolling Stone for God knows how many times. It was right after Revolution Radio came out, and there was like a whole section. They interviewed each of them separately because they were talking about like Billy Joe being sober and just music. And Mike Durant said that he started taking bass lessons because he found some guy in LA playing the bass like twice as long as he had, and he was just like a total fucking rock star, so he started taking bass lessons. And I'm like, you have literally been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It's just cool.
Literally one of the most created iconic bass parts in one of the most well-selling, well-known rock bands ever.
Yeah.
And he takes bass lessons.
It's pretty cool. As
of a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I think that really says a lot about him as a musician and as an artist and as a person. And I think that's part of what makes Green Day so great, is their humbleness as musicians. Yeah,
as musicians, yeah, definitely. I would say that for sure.
So my favorite tracks on this, I love She. I think She's underappreciated. It was a single, but I don't hear it was a single, but I don't really hear a lot of people talk about it.
There's a lot of songs on this record that not a lot of people talk about.
I feel like most
okay, what is it called? It's
like Having a Blast.
No.
By Myself.
Animus Sleepus. That's one of my other favorite songs on this record.
Want to know something funny? Mike Durant wrote that song.
Yeah, it's also I like it because for me it's like there's a lot of people I know that are there's people that I'm friends with and people that I've known that are just stuck in their hometown. Mm-hmm. And it reminds me of The Kids Aren't Alright by The Offspring, about kind of looking back at your hometown and people have so much potential and no one's doing anything. And that's kind of how I feel about that song as well, you know, because it's like your friends still stay in the same plot.
Yeah.
No, like
a lot of, like I said earlier, a lot of themes on this record are kind of like boredom, being stuck. Like I've listed all the songs. That's what kind of like Basket Case I think would probably be the most like well-known song. Say that, but I feel like there's so many. I feel like I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Basket Case is probably the most well-known song
on this record.
This record.
For sure.
All by myself. All by myself. I went to your house.